Hello everybody and welcome back. It's your friend Edgy Meme for Edgy Teens, and today I'm going to give you a Blender tutorial on Blender. So, if you're used to the natural left click to select, the first thing you want to do when you first download Blender is go to File and go down to User Preferences. And then go to Input, and over on the side you can click Left, and this will allow you to left click to select. Save user settings, and then you can exit that. Now, the first thing you'll see is the 3D viewport, and this is where everything's going to happen, from creating objects, scenery, or video editing if you're into that. Off to the left you'll see this. This is to manipulate your object that you have selected in your screen. To your right you have the panel to change the properties of the object. And down here is a timeline for your animation or other such things. Now, in the center of your 3D viewport you'll see three things: a cube, a camera, and a lamp. Today we're only going to be working with the cube, so you can select the camera and press X or delete and then click. Same thing with the lamp. Now, if you select the cube and go over to the right and select the wrench, you'll see add modifier. Click on add modifier and go down to subdivision surface. This will divide your cube up into a bunch of smaller cubes. It'll look pretty cool. To the right you'll see two things: render and view. View allows you to divide up your object into many more cubes, creating eventually a sphere. Turn that up to 4 and click apply. Down here you'll see a button that says object mode. Click that and go up to sculpt mode. Here you can see that we can change the object into many different ways. Click on F blob and you could change up make blobs on your object, and if you turn you can see it does it to the other side as well. Press 3 on your number pad and it'll snap you to the x-axis. Choose another tool in your sculpting, such as the F-grab or the sculpt draw, and you can sculpt and do a bunch of fancy things with your object. Other things such as deleting, of course, and other fun things you can do with your object you can do in Blender, such as go down to sculpt mode and choose object mode. Here you can change your object or move it or delete it or do whatever you would love to do with your object. Press Shift A, and here you can change your object into anything or add a new object. If you go to add modifier, you can change your object into anything you want. Select the object you created and select delete. Here, if you right click, you can see a little dot that moves everywhere. This is called the 3D cursor. Here you can, wherever the 3D cursor is where objects will be added. If you press Shift A again, you can choose an object and it will appear there. You can scale objects, rotate, or move them any way you want. If you select an object and press S, you can scale it. If you press R, you can rotate it. And then if you select one of the red, blue, or green arrows, you can move it. It's fine. If you go to object mode and click sculpt, you can see that there are a bunch of other things in your tools panel, such as smooth. This allows you to smooth out your object if you made weird indentions that you can't fix. Or if you go to inflate, you can make your object bigger. in some areas. If you press F, you can choose the size of how big the tool is. Or if you go over here, you can choose the strength, which gives a bigger or smaller impression. If you press Control and then start using your tool, it'll do the opposite of what you've done before, such as add or subtract or deflate. And these are the basics of Blender.